Hi everyone, Sef Alchemist here. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for your subscriptions, for your likes, for your comments. It truly means a lot to me and I appreciate your support. First of all, I would like to mention that I'm really happy that the information I have shared about the Flower of Life 6 or 7 years ago in the Sacred Geometry channel have become extremely popular, and many people have shared that information in their turn, and now it's a worldwide phenomenon and it's known all around the world. I went from being asked about the name of the shape to now people just knowing what the shape is and recognizing it very easily. That was my wish, and my dream was that sacred geometry would become known around the world. It's an amazing tool that helped me along my alchemical transformational journey, and I wanted it to be known all around the world, and it is happening right now before my eyes, so I'm truly grateful and I'm happy for that. But I would like to also again thank Drumvalo Melchizedek for sharing this knowledge about sacred geometry, and more specifically the flower of life, the seed of life, the fruit of life, Metatron's cube. He shared this knowledge in his books in the 90s, before the internet, before social media, and he really helped spread this knowledge all around the world. I feel sometimes disappointed when I see that people around the world, when they talk about the flower of life, when they talk about sacred geometry, when they talk about Metatron's cube, I feel a little bit disappointed when no one mentions Drumvalo Melchizedek. His name deserves to be credited for spreading this knowledge. He didn't invent this knowledge. This is eternal wisdom that has existed since the beginning of creation, but he helped spread this knowledge. And his books and his teachings and his seminars were very crucial for this knowledge to be known around the world right now, for us, for me, and for all of you. So again, thank you Drumvalo Melchizedek for everything you've done to share sacred geometry around the world. Today, I'm going to talk about the role of the flower of life and its meaning in spirituality. This is like a sequel to the video that I did 6 or 7 years ago on the Sacred Geometry channel. I myself have gone through an alchemical transformation which allowed me to uncover my gifts and abilities throughout many years, but all of it was thanks to sacred geometry. Sacred geometry was the first tool that helped me awaken who I really am and go through my transformation. And I hope it will do the same for you. This shape is known as the flower of life. It can be used as a sigil for spiritual awakening and growth. How can you use this shape, and why is it so important? Let me share some new elements that I have discovered about the flower of life. If you want to know what it really means, you can go and watch my video about the flower of life from 6 or 7 years ago in the Sacred Geometry channel. You can find the information about what's the meaning of the flower of life. And as I was observing it, because I always go back to it for meditations and for research, as I was observing it recently again, I realized that it had a pattern encoded in it, and this pattern is connected to number 6. So here, when I was observing the shape of the flower of life, has 19 circles. 19 circles, which is basically 18 circles surrounding one circle in the middle. That circle in the middle represents creation, God, source, oneness, the universe, whatever you want to call it. So it's one circle in the middle that started everything. But as I have explained in my Flower of Life video, at first, source decides to replicate itself 6 times. So it creates 6 circles around it. That gives you the seed of life. The seed of life have 7 circles. So 6 plus 1, it's 7. It's the seed of life. That's another sacred geometry shape that is prominent, and you can find it all around the world in different temples. And I myself encountered it during my travels. After the seed of life, which is one circle in the middle with 6 circles around it, creation decides to replicate itself again another 6 times by surrounding itself by another 6 circles. And again, it copied itself by adding another 6 circles. So we have the first 6 circles, followed by another 6 circles, followed by another 6 circles. So 1 circle in the middle, plus 6, plus 6, plus 6. 6, 6, 6. Now, this is very, very intriguing. When I realized this observation, I was quite surprised. But then I realized, why haven't I thought about this before? And I have not read this anywhere in any book. Please, if you're going to spread this information, make sure to credit me. So let's dig deeper and see what we can find about number 6. In numerology, number 6 represents love, balance, and harmony. In tarot, major arcana number 6 is the lover's card. So it is the number of love. And the sigil, or the form that represents number 6, is the hexagram, or the seal of Solomon. The seal of Solomon, the magical seal that allowed Solomon to control demons. The hexagram is one of the most beautiful perfected shapes in the universe, composed of 2 equilateral triangles, one pointing upwards, one pointing downwards. This is a representation of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, with the triangle pointing downwards. It is also the representation of the phrase "as above, so below" from the Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, and the sigils that represent the elements in alchemy: water, fire, earth, and air. When you superimpose them on each other, they give you this shape, which is the representation of the Philosopher's Stone. So the hexagram is a fascinating shape, and it does represent number 6. So you see how number 6 is very powerful, but it's also very sacred. And let's not forget the popular sequence of the 3, 6, and 9 that involves Nikola Tesla and other scientists that were trying to decipher the mystery and the power of the number 3, 6, and 9. So here we have number 6 again. The carbon atom, which is fundamental for life, consists of 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, and 6 protons. It is also the 6th element in the periodic table. Carbon is the 6th element in the periodic table. So 666 is the composition of carbon, which is essential for life on Earth. This is incredible. Could it be that the flower of life is the representation of 666? But we have one dogma that many follow around the world that mentions that 666 is the number of the beast. How can something beautiful, something sacred that represents love, balance, and harmony be the number of the beast, or in other words, be an evil number? How come? The only answer I have for this, throughout countless research I've done on many religions and many dogmas, is that many dogmas throughout history have twisted and manipulated information to their own advantage. Why? It's to control people. It's to make people fearful. And when people are fearful, they're easier to control, they're weaker. To keep people away from the true divine, from spirit, from having a direct connection to spirit. These dogmas will make you scared of spirit throughout any means, maybe by mentioning hell, that you're going to burn in hell, or by mentioning that the most beautiful number in the universe, number 6, is the number of the devil. So you should stay away from it and only follow what we tell you to follow. That's what many dogmas have done in the past, to keep humans under control, because for them, freeing people, freeing the minds and the souls of people is not beneficial to them, is not beneficial to their agendas. So they want to keep humanity trapped. So it means that the 666 plus the circle of creation all together is still a representation of oneness. So if you happen to see the sequence 666 in your life, in your daily life, know that you're perfectly balanced, you're in harmony, you're in love, or that you need balance in your life, or you need love in your life, or you need something that is related to love, balance, and harmony. And it is also a reminder to connect to oneness, to connect to the creation, to that energy, to the spirit energy that created everything. We can define what that energy is, we can define what that source is, we can't comprehend it, but we need to acknowledge it and connect to it. That's why the flower of life is incredibly amazing, because it does break down all of these elements that represents physicality but oneness at the same time. And here I try to represent this flower of life through the number 6 with straight lines instead of circles. And after doing a lot of variation that I have come up with personally, these are my shapes, they're my creations, I have come up with this shape. As you can see, I connected straight lines following the shape of the hexagram, which is a representation of number 6. I tried to connect the circles of the flower of life with hexagrams. So it's 3 hexagrams, the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one, but they're all connecting to the circles of the flower of life. And if we remove the circles, we have this beautiful shape that is composed of 3 hexagrams, which is, in other words, a representation of the flower of life through straight lines or through the hexagram. Now, Metatron's cube has the hexagram embedded in it as well, and it's one of my favorite shapes. It's an incredible shape. It's probably one of the most powerful shapes in the universe. The flower of life is one of the most beautiful shapes in the universe. The hexagram is one of the most balanced and perfect shapes in the universe. And Metatron's cube is one of the most powerful shapes in the universe. That's how I see these 3 shapes. But this new sacred geometry form I came up with is simply the representation of the flower of life through the hexagram, through the number 666. And we can add the circle of creation or oneness in the middle to complete the flower of life. Because with the 3 hexagrams here, we still have 18 lines. So the circle in the middle is going to be the 19th line, which still follows the principle of the flower of life that have 19 circles or 19 lines, because 19 circles are basically 19 lines. But how can we use the flower of life or correlate it to our daily life? Let's imagine that you are at the center of creation here, the circle in the middle. Then just like creation, or just like the universe, you make your own flower of life. But instead of creating a beautiful flower of life, this is how some humans create their flower of life. Or should we even call it flower? They might not have balanced circles, or some circles they create are not properly placed, or they could be misaligned, or some circles can even be bigger than the others. These circles are aspects of your life. They could be your friends, your family, your careers, how you behave, your spiritual growth, how you treat others, how you treat your neighbors, how you treat the environment, how you treat animals, your contribution to society, your goals and dreams, who do you follow, your aspirations, your intentions, are your intentions good or bad? All of these circles make up your flower of life. It makes up who you are. These small dimensions that you create. One circle can be the dimension of you with your friends. Another circle can be the dimension of you with your family. Another circle can be the dimension of how you treat animals. Another circle can be the dimension of how you treat strangers when you meet them for the first time, or how do you carry yourself? Do you help others? Are you trying to be a good human being? Is your spiritual life balanced with your physical reality? Is your feminine divine balanced with your masculine? Are you striving to create something beautiful in your life? Or you only care about having so many materialistic things that make you confused and out of balance? What's the flower you're striving to create for yourself? What kind of flower are you creating? Be mindful of that. So in order to remember that we need to create a beautiful flower of life for ourselves as well, just like how creation did it, You can print the flower of life and you can use it for your meditations. You can meditate while looking at it for a few minutes in the day. Like you can do it even for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And you staring at the flower of life shape is gonna reprogram your subconscious mind to organize your life in the same way the flower of life is organized, to make your life beautiful, to make your life balanced. You looking at that shape represents a portal to the spirit realm. It's going to help you connect to spirit. You can also print it out and hang it in your wall, in the area of your work, in your office, in your room. You can also print it out and carry it with you in your wallet, in your bag. Just have that shape around you. Meditate on it, stare at it. Use it in your practices. Use it in your rituals. Have it on your altar. You can have it printed out on your water glass or your bottle, because it will charge the water with the spirit's energy, because it's a perfect shape, because it follows the golden ratio. So eventually it will calibrate and balance out the energies of the water you're going to drink if you have it on the bottle or on the glass. If you have it in your home, it will make the energy of your home positive and more balanced and more beautiful. Because see, these shapes and these sigils, they're not random. They are following the golden mean, the golden ratio, which represents creation. Therefore, having them around you is like having a portal to spirit, is like having a portal that allows you to harness the energies of the universe. The first time I laid eyes on the flower of life, I knew it was a mystical portal to the spirit realm, and I had it tattooed on my body. So remember that the flower of life, 666, are all connected. They're all part of the same equation. They represent oneness, creation, and having these numbers, having the flower of life shape in your life will help you connect to spirit. It will help you create that balance that you need in your life between the spiritual and the physical, because they're one and the same. They are necessary for each other. They complement each other. Not like what many people say, the ones who are obsessed with just the spiritual, yet they're ignoring the physical. If it wasn't for the physical reality, then you wouldn't exist, you wouldn't have a body, you wouldn't be reincarnated. That's why you have a physical body. Your physical body is the representation of your spirit, is the representation of your soul. I hope this helps. I hope this sheds some light on the flower of life and gave you some new information. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about the flower of life? How do you use it in your spiritual life and for your growth in general? It has helped me become who I really am, Sef Alchemist, the alchemist that I am. How is it helping you? How is it helping you? Share that with me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.